Daniel Cormier hopes that either Dustin Poirier or Justin Gaethje will actually defend the BMF belt this time. On his YouTube channel, DC said, "I ask you this question. Is the new champion going to defend the BMF title? I believe that these two athletes would go up. They would fight at 155, and they would defend that belt. Because if we're going to keep rolling it out, it has to become a thing that gets put on the line, especially if these guys aren't fighting for championships." Masvidal didn't seem to want to defend that championship, even though people called for it many times. Is The Rock going to be there again and make it feel as important as it did in the Madison Square? The winner going to set themselves up for another crack at the championship with Makhachev being the champ? And it's always easier to call for a title fight when you're carrying a belt on your shoulders. And that's exactly what one of these two are going to do in Salt Lake City. But let's not defend the BMF championship, because now it means something. Aljamain Sterling posted a video to his Instagram responding to Sean O'Malley's recent comments on the Timbo Sugar Show.
This article just dropped from Alja's podcast. It said, Aljamain Sterling cautions, "My body has to agree to UFC 292 because of lingering injuries." You already read this? This just came out. I'm still injured. Like, my leg's banged up, Sterling said. My bicep still sucks. I'm supposed to get another MRI on that. I'm trying to get this fight in August. We talked a little bit about it, but I'm trying to see if we can make it happen. But my leg is still super sensitive to touch. I hope I'm not ruining anything by me saying that. But guys, I did just fight.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, you did just fight, but look at Aljamain. Izzy. Well, 4 times in 12 months. You have 4 months. Yeah, I know people keep saying, I know you said 3 months. It was 4 months from a fight. Take 2 months off, heal up, and then train hard for 2 months. It ain't science. Or is it?
Could be science.
You know what I mean? Math plus 2.
I think that's enough time, the two months to...
You'll be alright. To get knocked out, you'll be alright.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's called discipline.
This is an interesting one here that Jay sent me.
Guys, first off, it's not science, you freaking numbnut moron. It's called math, mathematics. You probably forgot because you might have dropped out of high school, or maybe you smoked all your brains away and you completely just forgot the difference between science and mathematics, you know, when you're dealing with numbers. You know, the big numbers that I like to make when I cash out for whooping that ass. Besides the fact, as I said, I'm going to show up August 19th. Not because of you, not because of the fans. I'm showing up because Dana is cutting the check for August 19th. Other than that, you call no shots. I call no shots. So let's stop pretending all this other nonsense. And what is this going to be, about 90 days or 97 days? Last time I checked, I thought that was 3 months, not 4, but I mean, maybe it's science. Maybe there's something to this. Maybe the way you do your math is completely different from me. But yeah, I'm going to take the time off, heal up. Obviously, I have the discipline to become a champion. Clearly, like you said, Izzy fights 4 times a year, or has fought 4 times a year. How many times did you fight in the last year? Wait. Abu Dhabi, October 22nd. We both fought on the same card. I fought 3 times in 13 months. You fought, I think, once. Wow. That's impressive, bro. That's freaking bro-pressive. Wow. I want to be just like you when I grow up. High all the time. Talk like this. And, beat all these guys in the top 5 that are still currently in the UFC. Dude, you're such a freaking badass. Dude, you're so freaking awesome. Isn't Sean awesome?
After her unanimous decision victory over Angela Hill, Mackenzie Dern is eyeing a fight against Rose Namajunas.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I follow her on social media too and all this stuff. So I saw her, I think she did like a ADCC regional or something like that. So, I mean, I'm former ADCC champion. So for me, I'm always happy when I see the, you know, MMA girls and stuff doing jiu-jitsu and things like that. So yeah, definitely for sure to fight Rose is a priority of mine right now at this moment. And I think would be a great fight, a good main event. And a good test for both of us. So when I see her training her jiu-jitsu, I'm like, yeah, it's not going to be an easy fight, but I think it could be a great fight for the public and for us.
Ariel Helwani recently fired back at Dana White, claiming that Francis Ngannou doesn't want to take risks, which is why he signed to the PFL. Ariel thinks that statement is ridiculous and a bullshit way of framing this. Ariel said between February of 2019 and January of 2022, which is 3 years, he fought 5 times. Now, he hasn't fought in 18 months because he's coming off ACL surgery and was a free agent and had to deal with all that. So to frame that he hasn't fought, he fights once every year, is a bullshit way of framing all of this. Like literally, that guy put his life on the line multiple times, was in detention centers multiple times, had to jump off rafts, had to swim, had to live homeless. That guy doesn't want to take risks? What are we talking about now? This has become so ridiculous. Chael Sonnen thinks Israel Adesanya may be fighting Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 293. So Dana White recently announced UFC 293 will take place in Sydney, Australia, with Israel Adesanya headlining the card. Most of the MMA community assumed the winner of Robert Whittaker versus Dricus du Plessis would be getting the next title shot. However, Rob versus Dricus takes place at UFC 290 just 2 months prior to UFC 293. Also, every single middleweight up to rank number 7 is currently already booked for a fight.
UFC 293 is in Sydney. I'm guessing you're hoping Israel Adesanya headlines that card, but with Robert and Dricus fighting 2 months prior at International Fight Week, it's going to be a quick turnaround for the winner of that fight. Are you kind of thinking about that, or?
We'll make that announcement soon.
Chael Sonnen went on to say, what is going to be next for Chimaev? Where is Chimaev going to go? You've got Chimaev with an open dance card, guys. And you have Dana over the weekend announcing a new deal with Australia. And the only piece of information that he gives us is a month, in this case was September, and the main eventer in this case was Israel Adesanya. So he broke up Chimaev's fight with Paulo Costa and made Chimaev available. That same night, separated by 3 hours, we get the information of this Australia deal and a main event known to Israel Adesanya, but nobody has made a connection here until now. What do you guys think? Would you guys want to see Khamzat get an immediate middleweight title shot? Do you think the UFC is actually considering booking this? Post your opinions in the comments. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post future ones. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Ghost304. It says, Dustin Poirier versus Nate Diaz is the fight fans missed out on years ago when they were scheduled to fight, but Jake Paul hasn't called out Dustin Poirier for a reason. The second one's from Dev. It says, I'm glad you read the news out loud and play videos for us the way I can listen on my way home from work every day. Absolutely, my friend. And the final one's from Greg is Premium. It says, Aljo didn't commit to a fight. Didn't he basically say it's contingent on his injury healing? So he can't be sure? Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured on the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. If you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen to get caught up. And make sure to go subscribe to our second channel where we post our exclusive MMA interviews.